And he was mentioned in the song earlier, and Tom will be mentioned in the song later. And I'm Andy. And together we form the Electric Situation. And there's, so yeah, I guess you might as well get started.
Yeah, well, I mean,
There's a bit of a dispute. We got into an argument before the show.
yeah, I kind of fist fight.
See, the fight hasn't stopped. Just Tom's a fuck. Alright, let's do it. Mamiya, the Geisha, whose kimono Katsuomo had made me ruin. 20 minutes later, I was relieved when the time came for me to bow and meet him in the reception. I prefer to get back to the party, he said. Doctor! Doctor! Dr. Kraft's knee is kneeling at his feet that way. I'm sorry I haven't seen you in several days. The doctor didn't respond. You're mistaken. I was relieved he brought up the subject at last. He was such a reserved man. As I say, my early morning lesson. In all of these classes, music and dance, you'll be corrected for speaking in anything but the most proper language. Which means sewing parachutes night after night. I slept alongside their daughter, who hasn't. Now I was living an impoverished life myself. I could be traveling flames all around us. Jesus. Never a moment's doubt in my mind that she would survive with her highly developed ability to benefit from other people's suffering. Throwing them back in, it occurred to me that Satsu never would come back to Kyoto for me. Around the time of my 65th birthday, the 20th greatest geisha of Guyon's past, or maybe it was the 30th greatest, who gives a fuck? I'm sure you'll recall my saying that afternoon when I first met, when I was finally able to speak. Auntie, never forget them. Never forget them. Most people who know nothing of kimonos seem to think the yaba is simply tied in the back as if it were a string, but nothing could be further from the truth. Like a wood column, a geisha never seems to be a problem. A housewife and a geisha will begin taking their makeup robes, tucking a silk slip around their bare hips. It's a hip wrap. It's a hip wrap. Just as he might. I heard all about his ennobling. I'm sure he wasn't his usual self. He certainly was. A peculiar little man, isn't he? When I finally managed to do it, I gave him a bow and said, Chairman.